everybody, it's Dr. Joe and Remy in her Gamecock hoodie. And today I'm going to show you 7 stretches and exercises for restless leg syndrome, or RLS. So let's get started. Disclaimer alert, disclaimer alert. So with restless leg syndrome, it's really good to stretch everything out in the lower legs and also to massage the area before you go to bed at night. So with restless leg syndrome, I really like kind of massaging out my quads and my calves, but you can also do your hamstrings as well. And you can start off just with your hands, or you can use a foam roller. I usually like using a roller stick just because a lot of times people want to do their stretches and exercises while they're in bed right before they get ready to go to bed. And this is easy just to have by your bed. So, any kind of roller stick will do. But just, spend about 20 to 30 seconds in each spot. You can kind of rotate around and move around. And again, you don't have to use a rolling stick. You can just massage with your hands. I just find it a little bit easier to use something else to kind of roll it out or stretch it out. And so a lot of times the quads and the calf muscles are the ones that really tend to bother people, and you just have to kind of move those legs around, and they're kind of uncomfortable. So again, just whatever you feel is comfortable for you. If you haven't rolled or massaged your muscles out in a long time, you might just want to do 15 to 20 seconds of each spot, because it might make you a little sore if you're pushing too hard. And if you don't have a rolling stick, if you have a rolling pin, you can use a rolling pin. And even if you don't have that, again, you can just use your hands to kind of massage out those muscles. So, just kind of squeezing them, trying to get them to relax. You can go down into your hamstrings back there, and then even your calf. So you're just, kind of squeezing it and massaging it around a little bit. You can do circles with your hands as well, just to kind of get those muscles to calm down and relax. So then you really want to stretch out the muscles all around. So we're going to start off with our calf muscles. So if you have something like a stretch strap, that's great. You can use a dog leash, you can use a belt, you can use a jump rope from the dollar store. So you don't really have to, go out and buy a whole lot of stuff if you don't want to. But an easy way to stretch out the calf, especially like if you're already in bed, is just get something where you can make a loop with it. And you want to put it around the ball of your foot. So you don't want it up on your toes because you're not going to get a really good stretch, and you don't want it down at your arch because you're not going to get a really good stretch either. I'm completely relaxing my legs, so I'm not actually actively pulling my toes up. I'm using that strap to pull my toes towards me, and you should feel that stretch in that calf muscle right down there. So since this is going to be a full stretch, you want to hold it for 30 seconds. With restless leg syndrome, I would definitely do both sides, even if you feel like you have one leg that's a little more restless than the other. Most of the time it's both sides. So again, holding for 30 seconds. I would alternate back and forth just to give each side a break, but you want to do 3 on each side to really get it nice and stretched out. So then the next one is going to be a hamstring stretch. So you can just keep the strap in that same position, and then just kind of go ahead and lie down in your bed, and then take the strap or the belt and just kind of pull it up towards you. You want to try and keep the knee locked out and straight, but again, I'm not actively lifting up my leg. I'm using the strap to pull up my leg, so I'm really kind of relaxed. Some people like to keep this leg down. They feel like they get a little bit more of a stretch. I like to keep mine up because I feel like it takes pressure off my back. So if you happen to have any back issues, I would prop the other side up, and then you just take it up as high as you can. So even if you're just, feeling the stretch here, that's fine. And if you take it up higher and you feel like your knee is bending, then come back down, because if your knee is bending, you're not really stretching out those hamstrings under there. You could also do a little combination stretch. So if you want to pull your toes towards you while you stretch, you're going to get your calf muscles again as well as your hamstrings. So same thing, you want to hold it for 30 seconds, and then you want to do that 3 times on each side. So then the next one is going to be to stretch out your quads. So we're really just kind of working all those big, large muscle groups around the leg to kind of help get them a little more relaxed so they're not as restless while you sleep. So this time you're going to take the strap and kind of put it around your ankle, and then you're going to roll over onto your tummy. Bring the strap up around your shoulder as you come. That's just going to make it a little bit easier, more comfortable for you. You can lie all the way down. Make sure you're in a comfortable position. Some people like to prop up. I'm just going to prop up because I'm sitting so I can see you. But then you're just going to kind of bring that foot as far towards your bottom as you can. So you might only be able to come here, and that's okay if your quad's a little tight, but the further you can get to the bottom, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. And again, just holding it for 30 seconds, doing that 3 times on each side. And so while I'm stretching the quad muscle here, I want to give a shout out to some of my Wall of Thanks folks. And so Darren K, Joyce S, Heather P, and Aldato M. Thank you so much for being on the Wall of Thanks, and if you're interested on getting on there, make sure and click on the link in the description below to find out how. So now you're going to do some exercises. You really want to loosen up those muscles, kind of fatigue out those muscles so then they're not so restless while you're sleeping. So go ahead and lie all the way down. Get really nice and comfortable because you want to be able to relax. And now we're just going to do an ankle pump. And even though ankle pumps are pretty easy to do, get as low down, all the way down as you can so you can really stretch out your body while you're exercising those calf muscles. So you're just going to point your toes as far down as you can, and then you're going to pull them up as far up as you can. So you're just kind of pumping that ankle. That's what it's called, ankle pump. But you're really kind of getting that movement, getting everything kind of working and relaxed to help kind of calm the whole body down before you go to sleep. So with these, you can do about 10 to 15, maybe a couple sets. Just see how you feel and see if those muscles are starting to relax as you do them right before you go to bed. So then the next one is going to be some bridges. And again, so the bridges are really just to kind of work those muscles a little bit to get them tired before you go to bed. Bridges are great because they work your glutes, they work your hamstrings, you know, they help kind of loosen up your low back as well. So it works a little bit of everything. So with the bridges, if this is just to work the muscles to get them a little tired before you go to bed, you don't have to concentrate so much on the exact technique, but really go slow and controlled so you're working those muscles. So as you come up, you're kind of coming up one segment at a time, getting to the top, just a little pause, and then really rolling that back down. So you're really working all those muscles. If you're just going fast, you're using momentum and you're not using those muscles to help them get tired out and relaxed right before you go to bed. So just kind of rolling up and then again rolling back down. You can still do these in your bed, you know, it might be a little bit squishy, but you should be able to do these okay. And again, just 10 to 15, maybe a couple sets before you go to bed. And then the last one that I really like to do is really just a child's pose. And the child's pose not only helps kind of stretch everything out before you go to bed, but a lot of times it really just kind of calms your body back down. And so that's why I really like that one. So you can, again, still do this in your bed, just kind of roll over. Depending on if you have any knee issues or not, sometimes I'll start this way, but if you do have, you know, some tightness and stiffness in your knees, you can start and come back this way for the stretch. But I like really being able to kind of just roll out into the stretch. And so really this is going to be maybe a 20 to 30 second thing. If you want to spread out your feet a little bit so you can get your bottom closer to the bed or to the floor, that's fine. And then just really kind of stretch everything. You know, this is stretching my shoulders, my back, my hips, my knees, and even my feet. So this is really getting a little bit of everything. So that 20 to 30 second stretch, and you can do that 2 or 3 times before you go to bed. So those were your stretches and exercise. What? Yeah! So those were your 7 stretches and exercises for restless leg syndrome. If you'd like to help support my channel, make sure and click on the link up there. And don't forget to subscribe wherever me down there. And remember, be safe, have fun, and I hope you feel better soon.